and welcome everybody. I will share my screen. I've got some slides that I would like to share with you. So let me just get this set up. Hopefully this will work. Okay, slideshow from the beginning. Can everybody see that okay? Give me the thumbs up. Yeah, brilliant. Awesome. Okay. One of my favorite subjects to talk about today, low tox living. I'll give you a bit of an introduction on who I am. So I am Tanya Maidment. I used to work in my former life as a geologist and hydrogeologist. That's me in the jungles in Borneo. Had a few adventures. Now I live in Bradford-on-Avon with my lovely family. So them a few years ago now. I've got two full-on teenagers. My daughter's now 15 and my son is 18. And yeah, what really started me off on this journey was actually when my son was a baby and he started crawling around on the floor, and I thought, what have I just cleaned the floor with? And I looked at the back of the ingredients on the bottle and I'm like, it's not really great that he's putting that on, his hands and then sucking his fingers. And I started investigating. I started questioning things. I started reading labels. I started to get really pretty horrified about all the yucky chemicals lurking under our kitchen sink. And I wanted my son and my kids to have as chemical-free life as possible. So I started on a mission to just get rid of harmful chemicals around the house. And I will share more reasons about why and what ones went out pretty quickly. And really, I started it was 2010 when I really kind of started deep diving into research and investigating more. And that's when I started up Green Life Organics. I was really passionate about healthy living and sustainable living. And again, I wanted to provide the best I could for my family in terms of being healthy, avoiding harmful chemicals, both putting them on the skin, eating them. And in 2012, I discovered essential oils, and I discovered doTERRA essential oils, and it was like a missing piece of the jigsaw puzzle, just a tool that I could use to really empower myself, empower my family, dip into my natural medicine cabinet to help my kids when they had things going on. And it was just life-changing. Yeah, just use them in so many different ways. Today we're focusing on low tox living. Last time I did a talk on emotions. There's lots of other talks in the pipeline, just on different ways that you can use oils to empower yourself and your family. I'm also an Aroma Touch trainer. It's an oil application technique that's incredibly calming and relaxing and restorative, really good for getting back to balance. My son, who's now 18, has been a bit poorly for the last couple of days, so I've been rubbing lots of oils on him, on his feet, to help support his immune system. And when my kids are poorly, they like to have an aroma touch, and it's half an hour they can lie down, just have oils on them, and it's a really nice way that I can give back to them and support their bodies and their immune systems. So yeah, let's talk about low tox living. So why would you go low tox? Well, there's some pretty horrific statistics out there that so many of our cleaners, our personal care products, they contain chemicals which can result in many different health issues. And some of you may be aware of some of these chemicals, and I'm sure a lot of you on this call are already on the journey of low tox and have got rid of a lot of the harmful nasties. But the average household can contain over 60 toxic and unsafe chemicals. Many of these haven't been tested for their long-term effects. This is interesting. More pollutants inside our home than outside for many of us. And that's due to the household cleaning products, the air fresheners, the fragrance, the perfumes, incense, fragrance candles, soap, those plug-in air fresheners. Oh my goodness, or the battery-operated ones. They're literally pumping toxins out into your air. So please be mindful of what you're putting out in the air and what you're putting on your skin. Some more pretty scary statistics. Yeah. BPA is pretty nasty. One of the things that I just thought was so horrific is that they did tests on umbilical cords in newborn babies, and they found over 200 toxic chemicals. And that's just pretty horrific. So what, when we're passing these harmful chemicals onto our children, so what can we do to, what do we really need to avoid, and what can we do to get rid of them? Okay, so these are the ones that you really want to try and avoid. Phthalates, they're in air fresheners, in soap, in perfume, you can even in some toilet papers. BPA, and this, a lot of people are aware about this now, and a lot of plastic bottles now don't contain BPA, but it's a hormone disruptor. It's not something that you want to have in your body. Perchloroethylene, or PERC, found in dry cleaning solutions, stain removers, carpets, and upholstery cleaners. Butoxyethanol, window, kitchen, multi-purpose cleaners, triclosan, dishwashing detergents, hand soaps, antibacterial hand soaps. A lot of the antibacterial hand soaps, hand sanitizers have triclosan in. Your quaternary ammonium compounds found in fabric softener. I haven't used fabric softener for years. Great alternative is white vinegar. And yeah, anything's antibacterial. Sodium hydroxide found in oven and drain cleaners, really corrosive and horrible. You breathe it in and it just, haven't used those yucky, horrible oven cleaners for many years. Ammonia found in lots of different things, window cleaners, glass cleaner, polishing agents, chlorine, scouring powders, loo cleaners, mildew removers, laundry whiteners, and even tap water. So those are the real nasty ones that you want to try and avoid. It's a good website. I'm hoping this is still up and running. ewg.org, Skin Deep. They're great for looking up different chemicals, their hazard rating. So yeah, really, really helpful website. Okay, and why do we not want to use these chemicals? And it's interesting, by law, companies don't have to disclose what's in their scents. So you won't see phthalates on the label. If you see fragrance on the label, there's a good chance that phthalates are present. And quite often you can really tell whether it's unnatural or not. Since I've been using more natural products, my nose is much more sensitive to synthetic products. And I can really, pick something up, whether it's natural or synthetic. Can't walk down that aisle in the supermarket with all the detergents and horrible smells anymore. It just makes me feel really nauseous. So some of the health risks can include skin irritation, burns, respiratory disorders, sore throats, even organ damage. Some chemicals like the BPA disrupt hormones, like I mentioned earlier. They can interfere with many different hormonal functions. So, we really want to try and avoid these. And sometimes it's hard to avoid them completely, but let's do what we can to minimize the risk. So what are the benefits of going low tox? Well, it's good for you and your family. You don't have, no more difficult than cleaning with harsh. So you haven't got those harsh chemicals that you're cleaning with. It's really simple to use the low tox alternatives. Really good for improving air quality. It can be more cost effective. There's less waste. It's good for the planet, and it smells really good. You haven't got all those yucky, horrible side effects. You're not putting horrible chemicals down your drain. So there's really a lot of benefits. And I like to keep things simple. So let's go through the ingredient list of the things that you need. And you don't need to have absolutely everything on this list, but I would encourage you to stock up on most of these things. Bicarb soda and citric acid I use mostly for everything, especially cleaning the toilet. Amazing for that. Liquid Castile soap is useful, fractionated coconut oil, Epsom salts, natural salt, white vinegar, recycled cloths, essential oils, whichever ones you have. I use doTERRA. They're amazing quality, very pure. I love something called there's a blend which I'll talk about in a bit that doTERRA does. That's really good for cleaning. Glass spray bottles and molds for like ice cube tray molds, really good for making toilet bombs and bath bombs. And in terms of essential oils, so these are some of my favorites that I use for cleaning. Just having lemon oil will be brilliant. So if you've got no other oils, lemon oil is great. It's really cost effective. A bottle of lemon oil actually works out to be more cost effective than buying lemons. Really great for cleaning. Smells good. It's got antibacterial properties. It's brilliant. Other ones I like to use: tea tree, eucalyptus, clove. Clove is amazing on mold. Rosemary, really good for cleaning your oven. Lemongrass, I use that to clean the toilet. You know, those are some of my favorites. There are some blends that you can get as well that doTERRA do. They've got a protective blend, which has wild orange, cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, and rosemary in it. Amazing for just, you know, killing bacteria and bugs and just cleaning your home. There is a cleaner concentrate as well, which makes it even easier to use, and just make it up with spray bottles. And there's another blend called Purify, which I really like. So there's some blend options, or you can just use the single oils. Okay, I'm going to go through some recipes. And like I said, I really like to keep things simple. So I would just, to make up a cleaning spray, a multi-purpose cleaning spray, water, white vinegar, and whatever essential oils you like. It's good to use a little bit of maybe Epsom salts or even Himalayan salts just to add in, because that works as an emulsifier. So that will mix the oil and the water. I'm not actually a big fan of the smell of white vinegar. So sometimes I use just water and essential oils and a little bit of the Epsom salts. And literally just make that up in a spray bottle. You can buy the glass bottles, you know, online. Great thing about them is that you can reuse them. You're not wasting plastic. You're just reusing your glass bottle. And I have a few different bottles that I have around the house, in the bathrooms, and you can basically use it to clean everything. I don't like having a spray bottle for the bathroom, one for the windows, one for the kitchen, one for the other surfaces. I like to have one that just does everything. So yeah, you can use it on pretty much everything. Just be careful with granite surfaces and with some wood surfaces as well, depending on what they're sealed with. Just, you know, do a little bit of a test first and just be a little bit cautious with the granite surfaces. And whatever you do, don't make sure that you don't leave any tops of essential oils on the surfaces that can then stain. The oils are pretty powerful, so I have in the past made a few little marks on our wooden surfaces, which are very easy to get off. So yeah, just do some tests if you're not sure. But on most surfaces, you know, they're absolutely fine. Okay, cream cleanser paste. Now I have to admit, this is actually my sink. And this is a before and after photo, and I was quite pleased with the results. And it was, again, super easy to make up. So I've got this paste, which kind of is a little bit of a kind of Jif equivalent, I guess, but thicker. And you can just put it in a pot, and then when you need some, just scoop a little bit out, put it on a scourer or a cloth, and then you can use that to clean off the grime, the lime scale. If you're in a hard water zone and you get a lot of lime scale, this is brilliant for lime scale. So it's bicarb of soda, some liquid Castile soap. You can add in some essential oils. You can also add in, if you want, a bit of citric acid. Or probably best to maybe just add a little bit of the citric acid separately if you need a bit of an extra oomph. And I'm not often very great with actually following precise recipes, so I'll just shove everything in a pot, mix it up, and if the consistency looks right, then I'll go with that. So you want it kind of quite a solid consistency, so not too runny. And then you just use that to clean any stubborn sinks and grimes, and it'll last for a long time. So great for tiles and grout, kitchen sink, built up grime on shower and bath. The On Guard cleaner concentrate that I mentioned earlier, here you could use that in replacement for the liquid Castile soap. I really like it, just keeps things simple. There's just a couple of different options there. Okay, toilet bombs. So if you've got kids, it's great fun to do toilet bombs with them. And the bath bombs is very similar recipe. You just might want to use a slightly more calming oil like lavender or something like that. If you don't have doTERRA oils or you don't want to use the blends, you could use lemon oil, lemongrass. I love lemongrass in the toilet bombs. And it's basically just citric acid, bicarb of soda or baking soda. I get big tubs of bicarb and big tubs of citric acid, and I buy them online. It just works out to be a lot more cost effective. And then you can add in a bit of Castile soap. You can also add a little bit of fractionated coconut oil as well. You want to mix it together pretty slowly until you get like a mixture that's kind of a bit like wet sand. And then what you can do is you just basically pack that into your molds, your ice cube molds. Silicone molds are the best because it's easier to get them out of that. And then you just leave it to dry overnight, or for at least 4 hours. Overnight's better. And then once it's dry, you can just remove the pods and put them in an airtight container. And then you just drop one in your toilet, however often you want to. And then it'll just bubble up. And then you can give it a bit of a scrub. And the citric acid helps to break down the lime scale. So you want to do this, you know, maybe I'd say probably a couple of times a week. You don't want that lime scale to build up. It's harder to get rid of once it has. If you do have a lot of lime scale, just add a bit of extra citric acid just around the rim and then leave it for maybe half an hour. And that really helps to break down the lime scale. If I don't have time to make the toilet pods, then what I do is I have a jar of citric acid, a jar of bicarb of soda, and then I'll just do a scoop of each straight into the toilet, and maybe just add in a few drops of lemongrass oil or whatever oil I've got handy. And then I'll just leave that for half an hour and then just go back and give it a bit of a clean. So that's like a simple way. I haven't used bleach in my toilet for years and years. I really don't like bleach. And I find that this works brilliantly. As long as you do it fairly frequently, like don't leave it for a month and then put it in your toilet because it'll be harder to get rid of. So yeah, use it regularly and it works absolutely brilliantly. Okay, so you can also make a foaming hand wash. So you can get one of those foaming soap bottles, use some distilled water, Castile soap, and add in whatever oils you like, and it's that simple. And just combine it in the bottle, and then just use that for your foaming soap. Castile soap is brilliant. You can do so many things with it. For making dish soap, again, very similar, Castile soap, and add in some oils. So you're basically just having the soap and oils without the water. And it's obviously not going to be foaming then. Oops, sorry, have I gone? Oh, I got that in twice. Sorry about that. My apologies. 2 foaming hand washes. Okay, so laundry. Basically, I use a few different things in the laundry. I sometimes use soap nuts. I will sometimes just use essential oils. I love the On Guard laundry detergent that doTERRA do. White vinegar is really great as a softener. So you can just, pop that in with your washing cycle. And the same in the dryer as well. If you've got dryer balls, you can just put a few drops of oils onto your dryer balls, and then that will make your drying smell very nice. If you use a dryer, obviously try not to use it unless absolutely necessary. And the kids haven't got dry clothes in the morning, then I might use it. Okay, Melaleuca essential oil helps to naturally brighten your clothes. Somebody also told me recently that you can use ivy leaves. They have a natural soapness in them. So you can just get some ivy leaves, put it in a bag, like one of those zip bags that you would maybe put your bras in to wash. You could put the ivy leaves in that. in with the wash, so it's protected, and that really helps to wash clothes as well. So that's another kind of natural laundry tip. Okay, wood polish. So there's a few oils you can use for that. Arbor Vitae is a woody oil, and you can mix that with some lemon oil and some fractionated coconut oil, and that works really well as a wood polish. And there's different oils that you could use. You could probably also use something like cedarwood, but it's basically some essential oil, some coconut oil, and that is your wood polish. Again, super simple, super cost effective. Glass polish. Again, a similar recipe, water, distilled water if you can, filtered water, white vinegar, and essential oils of your choice. And it's effectively the same as the cleaning spray that we mentioned earlier. So you could use the same spray for your surfaces, for your glass. Give it a good shake before you use it. Again, if you wanted just to have a bit of an emulsifier, you could use a little bit of vodka as an emulsifier, or the Epsom salts or witch hazel. Okay. Now this is a good one. Sticky messes. Lemon oil is great for removing sticky labels off jars, chewing gum out of carpets and hair, texture marks off places where they shouldn't be. It's really good for breaking things down. So with the lemon oil, I will sometimes just put a few drops of lemon oil straight onto a scourer, and then use that to get rid of any sticky stuff, any labels. Yeah, if you've got greasy hands, then you can use some lemon oil to help get rid of the grease. But lemon oil and Castile soap, that would work really well for that. But it's, yeah, brilliant. Works so well. Okay, carpet freshener. Again, really simple. 2 cups of baking soda or bicarb of soda and some essential oils. You get one of those little shakers, and then you can just shake it if there's any odors. Give it a shake around. You can hoover it up later, a bit like the shake and vax, but you're using something that's natural and non-toxic. Bicarb is great for eliminating odors. So if you've got smelly shoes, if you've got teenagers with stinky shoes in the porch, then put a little bit of bicarb in their shoe, and that will help soak up the odors. Again, if you've got a stinky bin, put some bicarb in the bottom of it. Anything that's a bit stinky, your dog's done something they shouldn't have done in the car, bicarb, brilliant. Bicarb, and add a few oils, and the smell is gone. I've even, when I've made natural deodorant in the past, added some bicarb. It's really good for that as well. Okay, sugar scrub. So just talking a little bit about personal care. This is, again, super easy. It's brown sugar, coconut oil, and then you can add in whatever oils you like. Lime's good, lemongrass and peppermint's really nice. Combine it so it's kind of not too runny, but reasonable consistency. And you can use that as a hand scrub, like you've been out in the garden and you want to clean your hands. Hand scrub, body scrub, pop it in your shower. Really yummy, really easy, really cheap, cost effective to make. And then just talking a little bit about oral care. Simple mouthwash that you can make with just some water, and you can add some cinnamon oil, eucalyptus, lemon oil. What's another good one? Peppermint oil, and just have that as a natural mouthwash. And the shop bought mouthwashes, there's some pretty horrible ingredients, and with this, you've just basically got water and essential oils. I will just add here, just be mindful of the different qualities of essential oils. The ones that I use and the ones that I talk about have gone through loads and loads of testing to make sure that they are very pure, very potent. Some of them you can ingest. And just, be mindful that what you put on your skin goes in your skin. So a lot of essential oils out there are synthetic. They're not pure. Some companies go above and beyond what they're required to by the government, by the regulations, which are very limited regulations. But make sure you're using an oil that you trust and that you know the quality, you know the testing of. Okay. I'm just going to talk a little bit about personal care. It's pretty easy to make up your own personal care products. Just check the ingredients, make sure you read the labels, you know what's in them, you use a brand that you trust. What goes on your skin goes in your skin. I make up a lot of my skincare products with just using some carrier oil, and some frankincense and coconut oil is my go-to for a lot of my skincare. Again, I like to keep things simple, so just be, again, mindful of the ingredients. Just a few more DIY ideas, and I'm hoping that maybe I can talk a bit more about this next time, how you can make up your own perfumes and your own bespoke perfumes to you, how you can make up your own hand creams, your own hand sanitizer spray, the little roller bottle there. I make up a lot of different roller blends that I use either as a perfume or an immune booster. You can get little inhaler sticks that you can add oils to and then sniff them. And again, you know what's in it. Yeah, there's lots of different, you can make lovely bath bombs, pillow sprays, room sprays, lots of different things that you can do. So I was just going to share a few resources with you of where you can find out more. So, I mean, Google's your friend. You can go and have a look online and Google some recipes and some ideas. There's some great ones on the doTERRA website as well. And then I just wanted to highlight some of the cost comparisons. I did this a few years ago, just looking at the cost comparisons of going out and buying stuff from the shops and then making your own. And I was pretty pleased to say that just about everything came out as more cost effective to make your own. And obviously you've got the extra benefits of, good for the environment, you're recycling your bottles. And you're making stuff that's good for you and that you like the smell of, especially with things like hand creams, with perfumes. It's so much cheaper to make your own perfume than going and getting shop bought stuff, which you don't know what's in it, and there's a lot of other additives and things in. And again, making your own mouthwash, your own air freshener, making a reed diffuser. Reed diffusers are great, really, really cost effective. And again, like a lot of the shop bought ones are not natural. So you want to have just some coconut oil and a few essential oils, and you just drop that on the reeds, and you can stick that in your toilet or your bathroom as a natural diffuser. So yeah, there's just a few extra ideas there, and how you can save some money, which is always good. I will share, or you can take a screenshot of that. I've got some little cards that I made up many years ago, just about highlighting which chemicals we want to avoid. And it's just, the cards are made up of just little business card size that you can pop in your wallet. But you can take a screenshot of that, and it's just really some of the main ones to avoid. And again, reference to the Skin Deep website so you can look things up. So that's chemicals, and then I did additives as well. There's a lot of horrible food additives that get added to our foods that we don't need. There's been no studies of the combined long-term effects of these, and the studies that have been done, or the safe limits that have been set, are set for adult humans and not children. So if your kids are having some of these brightly coloured food colorings, then there's a lot of potentially harmful side effects with those, and we don't really know the long-term impacts. So I'm a big advocate of minimizing the risks. you know, with a lot of the things that are out there, the jury's still out. I'm very skeptical now of many things, especially when we're told something's good for us. I will go and research why and come up with questions. So just, you know, ask questions, do your research, be discerning, do what's right for you, and minimize the risks wherever you possibly can. And we know there's a lot of information out there that might not always be the right best information or the most trusted information or the information that's really beneficial for our health. So and I'm guessing that, you know, everyone on this call has been asking questions and looking at research, and you know, you're here because you want to understand more. So yeah, check out the ingredients, do your research, and avoid the harmful nasties when you possibly can. Okay, a couple of freebies. So this is an app that you can download from my website. It's a free app, and it gives you lots of great recipes. So you've got cleaning and gardening, you've got cooking recipes, ideas for using oils on pets. There'll be some great DIY recipes in there as well that you can look up for low tox living. If any of you would like to get in touch afterwards and just, you know, have a bit of a lifestyle overview, and yeah, I'm happy to look at any things you've got lurking in your cupboards that you're not sure about, then yeah, get in touch, and I'm quite happy to have a free 30-minute consult with anybody if you want some more information or have some specific questions. So that's the link for that. If any of you want to know more about doTERRA essential oils, then do reach out either to myself, or if you've got a friend who uses them, then reach out to them. They've been life-changing for me and my family on many different levels. So there's some information on my website, or do reach out if you want to get in touch. Here's some of my contact details. So yeah, if you've got any questions afterwards, then please do reach out. I love talking about low tox living. I love helping people empower their lives, and just, you know, clean up their cleaning cupboards, and you know, just share some of the tips that's worked for me. I've got some great books and resources that, you know, I can maybe share afterwards as well. But I do want to just finish off just saying that you know, just don't think, oh my goodness, I've got to go now and throw everything out and start all over again and buy a whole load of new stuff. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just think of what's the priority right now. Yes, go through your cupboards if you want to. You might want to use some of the stuff up and slowly start replacing. There might be some stuff in there you think, no, I actually don't want that in my life anymore. But just take small steps. Just do, you know, one thing each day that's going to help you on your healthy journey, to feel more empowered, to feel happier, to feel healthier, to feel you know, that you're doing something good for your body. And some of that will be tapping into your intuition and just figuring out what's the best thing for you right now. If it gets too overwhelming, then just come back and think, right, okay, what do I need to do next? Everything's okay. And just, yeah, take some baby steps. I'm happy to share some more resources afterwards. And, you know, maybe we can open up to questions in a minute, and anybody else who's got any other ideas or recipes that they would like to share. I know there's a few people on the call who are already doing a lot with low tox living and have some great ideas. So I would like to say thank you very much to everybody for being here today and for the invitation to come and talk.